Hey, wow, things just continue to go. We learned just recently that, just in the past few minutes, that Kimberly Cheatle, the director of the Secret Service, has resigned after incredible scrutiny yesterday, not only by Republicans, but by Democrats. Let's talk about it. Wow. After overseeing the worst security failure in 4 decades, Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheatle has finally resigned. The decision came more than a week after an attempted assassination shot former President Donald Trump in the ear from an unsecured rooftop during the rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Yesterday, Cheadle testified in front of the House Oversight Committee, where her stonewalling and non answers were roundly rejected by both Democrats and Republicans. She was defiant in her decision to stay on her job, even if the assassination attempt had been successful. Okay, I don't know if she understands. I don't know if she really gets the thing. Somebody asked her what happened to the director of the Secret Service after President Reagan was shot, and she said he kept his job. That wasn't true. He resigned. He quit. This is almost like a Eastern thing. You are in charge, and this happens at like Japanese companies and Korean companies. That when there's a massive failure in the company, the first person who falls on the sword, so to speak, is a top person because they take it as a leadership failure and they are embarrassed and they are ashamed, and it shames their family and it shames their company and it shames everything. So what they do, so if a company fails in Japan, it's the CEO that takes the hit. They will usually resign. This woman didn't get that. She thought that she was going to, I think she thinks that she was going to be a hero, that she was going to be a shero. She was going to stand up for those mean, nasty, misogynistic Republicans. But it was tough when people like AOC came after her. When there were a number of Democrats in the committee that were calling for her resignation. Yeah, it was hard when Representative Mays, said that she was full of, that was harsh and uncalled for, but not untrue, not untrue. So it is it's a bad thing. So after the hearing, Chairman James Comer, the ranking member, Jamie Raskin, wrote a joint letter to Cheadle calling for a resignation. So we're talking about the chairman, the Republican chairman, and the ranking Democrat of that committee wrote a joint letter saying you got to quit. That's what it says. On July 13, 2024, the United States Secret Service, under your leadership, failed to protect former President Donald Trump from an assassination attempt that took the life of Corey contemporary and seriously injured at least two other people. Comer and Raskin wrote, "Today, you fail to provide answers to basic questions regarding that stunning operational failure and to reassure the American public that the Secret Service has learned its lessons and begun to correct its systemic blunders and failures. We call on you to resign as a director as a first step into allowing new leadership to swiftly address this crisis and rebuild the trust of a truly concerned Congress and the American people," they continue. Well, today, she resigned. She quit. What do you think? Do you think that it was her fault? You think that she should have resigned, or do you think, like me, what the hell have you been doing for the past 10 days? What is going on at the Secret Service that could be more important than get a former president being shot on the campaign trail by by some 20-year-old whatever in broad daylight? in a field basically in Butler, Pennsylvania. This wasn't somebody hiding behind a building in New York City where there's a bunch of places to hide. This is basically an open field. So what have you been doing for the past 10 days? And how do you say, I'm going to keep my job? How? And now what do you think happens? Does the investigation continue? Today, apparently, there is a continuing oversight committee investigation that has asked subpoenaed some people who are, law enforcement officials from that area and the like to testify. Do you think they know? Do you think anything's going to come out of that? So often we have these shows and nothing happens. Will this be one of those? My guess is probably yes. We'll see you later. More to follow.